welcome to this week's episode of Play by Play. This is episode number 146, and I'm your host, Andy Horton, alongside my co-host, Jared Bergstrom. And, well, Jared, we are in a little bit of a gap between the conference finals and the NBA finals. I mean, shoot, that starts up in
tomorrow.
A day or two? I was going to say. So, tomorrow, we will be talking some NBA finals previews, and well, we just got back from Cincinnati. If you can't tell, us all up in our Reds gear.
We're sunburnt.
It was not a fun outing, that's for sure. So we'll talk about that and the rest of the MLB. Oh, and hey, I'm just gonna come right out of the gates and make fun of it. I think that the Reds social media team is complete garbage. In the middle of getting blown out 9-1, and you're talking about, they come out and they post about the All Star voting has opened. I mean, are there any Reds? TJ Friedl has been amazing this season, and Andrew Abbott before today has been amazing this season. Are there any other Reds that deserve it? I mean, Green hasn't been has been good, and he's been hurt over the last month. But like,
I mean, Ellie will sell the tickets.
That's for sure. He'll put butts in the seats, but I just don't.
Well, maybe we can pull that up because I pulled up the ballot, so we can talk about that too if you want.
Is it actually on the is it on the MLB?
Yes.
Page?
I just Googled MLB All Star ballot. And it gives
so maybe we can do our All Star voting right here on the show today.
There we go. All right, but is there anywhere you want to start first? You want to start with baseball?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with baseball.
All right.
And shoot, I mean, maybe we do the All-Star ballots right now.
All right, that'll give us some time to calm down and collect ourselves.
Oh, no, that's not happening. That is certainly not happening. I could go off.
Okay. All right, so I guess we can bounce back and forth between your screen and my. Oh.
I'm looking. Where is it? Did I miss it?
Should have been one of the first ones when I Googled it.
Oh, maybe I clicked on the wrong one. Here we go. Yep,
there you go. All right, so the American League, I have first base. This has it alphabetically. I'm going to go ahead and put mine in batting average. Just so I want to look at that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that you could reorganize it like that. Okay, I like that.
So Paul Goldschmidt, he's been blistering this season with 327. Only 6 home runs, but, I mean, he's just hitting the ball and...
Hitting for high average.
On base percentage, 859 too. It's kind of hard.
Spencer Torkelson out here.
I know.
14 jacks.
The only thing bright in the city of Oakland.
No. Spencer Torkelson is the first baseman for...
That's right. Detroit.
Detroit, yeah.
I'm sorry, they played Oakland yesterday, and I played Torkelson. Yeah, he got me a home run. I would say on the American League side, for me, it's between Torkelson and I would say Goldschmidt.
I think I'm going to go Spencer Torkelson because I think...
I'm going to say the same.
I think the Tigers are probably my second favorite team this year.
And right now they're
really good.
Yes, first team to 40 wins.
Me and my buddy, we play a franchise every season on MLB The Show. We just pick a random team, and the Tigers were the team that we picked this year. And
well, you got good pitching.
Got some great pitching.
Yeah.
Got some amazing pitching, that's for sure. And yeah, so Spencer Torkelson.
And then, I mean, hell, is it going to be a Detroit and Yankees kind of all-star ballot for the American League? Because those two are the two hottest teams.
Maybe. I mean, but let's go ahead and look at the National League. Freddie Freeman leading things off at 369, 9 homers, 40 RBIs, and an OPS of over 1,000. I mean, what doesn't he do?
And he's going to get my vote. I don't even think I have to look down well, I'll just take it off so I can see who the rest is.
There's Ketel Marte, who's had a really nice season, just under 300 with 10 homers and 16 RBIs, and once again over 1,000 OPS. Nico Horner, the speedy man, just running his way to doubles. Xavier Edwards, the young guns. No homers. I'm a little shocked about that, but let's keep going down the list. Bryce Terang made the Reds look stupid today. He was on base at least 2 or 3 times. Matt McClain, nope. Been awful.
We're on first base. What are you doing down in second base?
I already clicked on the Freddie Freeman. So
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
My bad. I didn't notice.
All right. Well, then we'll look at second base.
I didn't notice that once you clicked on it, it took all the rest of them away. I'm sorry.
All right. So now we'll talk about second baseman.
Well, hang on. Just real quick. Michael Bush hitting 276, 9 homers. Ryan Hoskins, 279 homers. A lot of 9 homers over here in the National League. Bryce
Harper, 9. Eric Wegman's the bright spot for the Marlins. He's 249, 18 ribbies, and 4 home runs.
So, yeah, I mean, my pick,
Yeah.
regardless, was going to be Freddie Freeman because he's been amazing. But now I'll move on over to second base, the American League. Who you going with, Jared?
I don't know. As I scroll down, I mean, I want one of the top 2. I feel between Sosa and Gleyber Torres, but I mean, Holiday's right there behind him, and he has more home runs than both of them.
That's kind of shocking. Yeah, I think I'm picking Gleyber. I mean, he's 29 RBIs, 5 homers, 270 average, and hitting almost 800.
I'm gonna go with Gleyber Torres too.
That's pretty dang good.
Now looking over here on the National League side.
There's guys like Tommy Edman, Adam Frazier, Jeff McNeil, Jake Crowensworth, Ozzie Albies, and I think he got off to a fast start, and he's kind of slowed down a little bit. Bryson Stott, but I don't know. I think my pick is Ketel Marte.
Yeah, I would go Marte, and then I would probably go Horner.
10 homers, over 1,000 OPS. Had a really nice season so far.
Now
Third
on to
base.
third base. I don't think I have to go any further for the American League.
You're going to go with...
I'm going to go Jose.
Jose. I like to call him Jose Hits, because that's what he does.
That's all he does.
That's
330 average, 939 on base percentage.
There's Junior Caminero down there in Tampa Bay. He's having himself a really nice 14 homers so far.
Yes.
TJ LeMahieu, I didn't even know he was playing enough.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to... I mean, Alex Bregman also hitting just a hair under 300 with 11 homers, but Jose hitting 330.
Now on the National League side.
Manny Machado, Ahmad Rosario leading the way, both hitting over 300 so far. Austin Riley hitting 275 at 3 homers, 33 RBIs. Matt Chapman hitting 230 with 10 homers, but that's dipping way down.
Same with Gino, 16 home runs, but batting 231.
Yep. Hey, that's a big improvement, though.
Last time I think we looked, he was right above the Mendoza line.
Yeah.
He's at least climbed up there a little bit. I'm going to go...
I'm going to go Austin Riley.
I think are we in agreement on everything so far?
It's very possible.
I believe so. I think so. All right, now to shortstop.
Jeremy Pena, 9 homers, hitting over 308. Nice start to the season, 30 RBIs. Bobby Witt only 7 homers, but he's hitting 287,
He's just getting hits.
35 RBIs.
Not really hitting for power anymore. He's just doing it for hits now. Gunnar Henderson has kind of brought himself back up. He was in the low 210s, 2 teens, and now he's back up to 262.
How many games has Jacob Wilson guy played? Hang on, because that's hitting 350. He's played 81 games this year.
Damn.
Sheesh.
You know what? I'm going to give Oakland a nod. We're going to give the A's a all-star vote there.
I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits in the last 5 games. So, I mean, he's getting himself on base. I think I'm with you.
Does he play any other position? Can the Reds try to trade for him? We just need hits at this point.
I don't think they're trying to trade him.
Damn.
Hitting 350? Why would you? Isaiah, are you looking in the National League? Isaiah kind of Falefa?
That's the only bright spot for Pittsburgh this year.
Well, no. There's Paul Skeens.
Oh, he's 4-6. And
It's not his fault.
I know.
He pitched
Well, yeah.
8 innings and he gave up 1 run.
And they
yesterday.
still lost.
Yeah, that's not his fault.
I know.
So,
I don't think we vote for pitchers, though, thank God.
Francisco Lindor hitting 284, 14 homers, 36 RBIs. Trey Turner, 305, 7 homers, 28 RBIs. I kind of think that's the competition right there.
Those three?
I guess you could maybe say, maybe you could throw Ellie in there, like 12 homers, 43 RBIs. He's doing a lot of damage.
I'll go with the Pirates. I'll go Isaiah Kinner Falefa. See who Andy picks.
I guess I'm gonna go Trey Turner. I've always been a big Trey Turner guy. Catcher.
That's weird. It goes catcher or shortstop to catcher. All right. On the American side, you got Alejandro Kirk.
Cal Raleigh is the answer. No questions. He's leading the league in home runs.
Where is he at?
Cal Raleigh, he's 4th.
Oh.
See, I already got him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yes, that was the only correct answer.
Hitting 260, 30 or 23 home runs and 45 RBIs with a 999 OPS. He's on sale.
He's on sale. Oh, and I just want to look at this. The Reds' backup catcher is 2nd in the league, batting 294 from the catcher spot.
That's wild. Jose Trevino's been really good though, man. That's not questionable. The only problem with Jose Trevino is the fact that he cannot throw out a garden hose.
No. And I think I'm going to have to probably lean towards Will Smith.
Yeah, he's hitting such a high percentage.
Yeah. And he don't hit for power. I mean, you see that with his only 5 home runs, but on-base percentage over 900 again. All right, now for the outfield.
Aaron Judge.
Yep. Stephen Kwan is my other one.
Probably. Let me look at some of these other guys, but that is probably correct.
And I am going to round it out with Kerry Carpenter from Detroit.
I just told you that the franchise was my buddies with Detroit, and we hit over 50 home runs with Kerry Carpenter in the season.
Damn.
So, yeah. I'm a big Kerry Carpenter guy. Mm-hmm. I also want to pick him, but let me do some sorting. I'll tell you what, Tyler Soderstrom has slowed down. He had 12 home runs in the first month of the season or something.
Yeah, what's he down? What's he up to now?
12.
Oh, God, he hasn't hit one in a long time.
Oh, is he not here?
Soderstrom hit one.
No. He's down there. Oh, I got you.
I was looking. Home run. He hit one on May 30th and May 31st, but before that, oh God, I gotta go into here.
Dang it! I guess for the American League, we just picked the same guys. I was trying to look and see if I disagreed anywhere, but I can't.
It's not letting me pull up his game by game, but it's been a while. Now the National League.
Oh, T.J. Friedl.
Yes.
For me.
Yes. The only Red we'll probably vote for.
I'm not against Acuna, but
He just came back.
so I feel like he hasn't played
That's why
enough.
I can't vote for him because he hasn't played enough.
And also, I could vote for Hayes, but he hasn't played enough.
Right, he's been hurt.
Missed too much time. Heliot Ramos, big fan of that guy. He's really good.
Sal Frelick, I don't think he did any damage today, but he does do damage.
Oh, maybe PCA. Maybe that's my third.
Oh, you already had two already?
Well, I think I'm going Heliot Ramos.
Okay. Yeah, I was on the Pete Crow Armstrong train.
I hate Cubs fans, but PCA. It's kind of a cool chant.
I will throw in. I'll go Teoscar Hernandez from the Dodgers.
Oh, screw you and the Dodgers. Fernando Tatis hitting 265 with 13 dingers. Nick Castellanos, I'd like to have him back hitting 275 with 5 homers. Yeah, I think that's my three: Heliot Ramos, PCA, and T.J. Friedl.
All right. Now the DH.
I wish I didn't have to vote for Shohei.
I mean, is there any other option? I don't think so.
Seiya Suzuki's been good. Kyle Schwarber. Oh, I could vote for the Middletown Midi.
Ooh. And on the American League.
Yeah, you know what? 'Cause screw the Dodgers. And he's actually hitting like really well this year. I feel like normally he's way lower than 260. He's just banging homers. This year, he's banging homers and he's getting other hits. So. American League side.
I know this is kind of hard.
I kind of feel like the right answer. Well, I kind of feel like I should vote for Rafael Devers, but he's been being a baby this year.
I'm gonna go.
Why he got 54 RBIs?
Jeez.
I guess. I mean.
Yeah, that's hard to.
Oh, Seiya Suzuki's got 53. And yeah, so I'll go with Schwarber. I'd like that. I'll go with Schwarber because he's like second, I think, in the American League in RBIs. Behind Seiya Suzuki.
Probably.
It looks like it. Yeah, so I would do that. Go Kyle Schwarber.
All right, so there. I was about to hit review picks. And I think we can see them all at once. There is Andy's All Stars.
Pretty similar.
And then there are, oh, well, I guess I could zoom in. And there are my All Stars. Yeah, I don't see much change between the two. I mean, I think we both picked Torkelson, Torres, Ramirez, Wilson, Judge, Kwan, Carpenter, Raleigh. Yeah, our American League is the exact same.
I didn't notice that.
National League, Freeman, Marte, Riley. You had Turner, I had Kenner, Falafa. We both picked Friedel. I had Hernandez, Crow, Armstrong, and you had
Ramos and PCA.
and CA. Will Smith, and I said Otani. You said Schwarber. So only, what, two different altogether? That's insane.
I mean, hey, I kind of feel like things have been pretty set this year.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now are we jumping into the rest of the league and talking about anything or that has happened in the past week?
Just a second, I gotta fill out the info for the.
I know, I gotta do that too.
I didn't know they wanted your birthday information.
Right. Why do you want
for All Star voting?
Why do you need to know that we're voting in America? I do not want to receive MLB newsletters.
Nope.
I'll contain all the pictures of the bus. Go to Hill. Verify. Well, quit popping up buses.
There we go.
All right. All right, now on to the... we're going to stay in the league, MLB. So I guess we can kind of give an updated standings.
Oh, that's kind of cool. You know, you can vote 5 times at once.
At once?
5 or 6? Yeah, there's this thing where
I just closed out of it.
Where it says you can vote like 5 or 6 times a day.
Dang.
And you can just keep clicking vote again, and then click I'm not a robot and vote again. I just voted like 5 or 6 times.
Oh, so the Dodgers and the Yankees are going to be all the All-Stars because they have the most fans everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So that was kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I guess we can start in the American League, and we can go looking at the American League East. The Yankees just staying strong at a 6.5 to 8 game is what they've been at in a lead. Tampa Bay coming on. They're both 7-3 in their last 10, so that's been helpful. Toronto above 500. Boston just below 500, and Baltimore's already ready for the end of the season.
Yeah, man, and it has just been...
It's been so surprising because they were
almost
in the finals
almost 100-win teams the last couple of years.
Yeah, and last year they went to the American League Championship.
Hey, Baltimore, they're either great or they're awful, and there's no in between.
Yeah. Kind of like the 49ers for football. They either go to the championship or they miss the playoffs.
So, but... Man, you can't talk enough about how good Aaron Judge has been so far this season. Hitting .387. What? Get out of here. 21 home runs, 50 RBIs, .485 OPS, 86 hits on 222 at-bats. He's been walked 41 times. He struck out 58 times.
Imagine if he struck out like 15 less, how much better his batting average would be. Ugh.
He's just ridiculous. Can't talk enough about how good he's been.
No.
So far this season. That being said, though, and they have like them and the Dodgers, they're kind of running away with their respective divisions and whatnot. But with that being said, they got shelled by the Dodgers earlier this week.
I mean, 20-2.
18, 19-2, something like that. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was ugly. I don't think they had a real answer pitching in that one. It was 18-2. Yeah. Ugh. It was like 8-0 after one inning or whatever, wasn't it? No, excuse me. It was 4-0 after the first, 10-0 after the second.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they jumped on him early.
That's insane. In Tampa Bay, they've had a couple young people, along with Brandon Lowe, kind of picking up some slack, and they're chipping away at it. 2 games over 500, and they're gonna give them problems. They've played the Yankees well the last handful of years. Toronto, they are up and down, and Boston, I haven't really seen a lot from Boston this year. I mean, game-wise, I haven't watched a lot.
You know, there's a lot of drama going on over there in Boston because, I don't know, Rafael Devers, he doesn't want to play first base. I don't know.
Isn't that his position? Or no, he's a shortstop.
He was a third baseman.
Third baseman.
He was a third baseman, and then Alex Bregman came over, and he's a way better defender because Rafael Devers is a terrible defender. And then they tried to put him at first, and then he got mad, and he was like, they told me I'd never have to pick up a glove again, and then so he didn't want to play first, and I don't know. There's a bunch of drama going on now there in Boston with him, and I feel like it's kind of derailing the season a little bit.
So what, he just wants to DH and that's it?
Yes, pretty much.
Jesus.
And I'm not the most up to date on that story but there's been a couple of meetings between his people with the team because, well, they're not happy and he's not happy about any of it. So gonna have to get that straightened out. Have to figure out what's going on there.
Or somebody might be on the move at the deadline.
Go ahead and take a look at the Central.
The Tigers division? I'm just going to call it that. The Tigers division. I mean, granted, the Twins and the Indians, everybody but Chicago is over 500, but I think Detroit is just an echelon above everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, they got strong pitching. They got their bats are hot right now with Carpenter and Torkelson
and Riley.
Yeah.
13, 14 home runs, all each respectively. They've been. No one else on the team has more than 6 home runs, other than those guys. They're doing all of the damage so far. Those dudes are good, man.
Is Chicago going to reset their worst record from last year again and reset it this year?
Are they still that bad?
19-42.
Ouch.
I feel like they have a couple more wins than what they did last year, but
maybe. Well, shoot, the other day, I don't know if you saw this, but the Rockies became the first team in MLB history to get 50 losses before they had 10 wins.
Oh my God.
It's been a rough one in Colorado. So as bad as things, as annoyed as we have been as Reds fans, I guess it's not that bad.
Well, hold on. You want bad in Colorado? Let me log in to this and get this. Since we're just making fun of the Rockies now.
Well, shoot. They, for the first time this season...
I know, congratulations. The Rockies swept the team.
They came away with the series win. It's like their 19th or 20th series of the season, and they won the series against the mighty Marlins.
Team that took 2 out of 3 against the Reds, though.
Yeah. I said mighty. I wasn't making fun of them. I was giving them their props. They are a superior baseball team to the one that resides in Cincinnati. And I don't know exactly if that's true, considering they're 14 games under, but
yeah, hey, good for them though. Colorado's their fans are not giving up. I hate you have to verify yourself if you log in something else. It's like, yes, it's me. But no.
Do you have any idea what their run differential is?
The Rockies?
Yes.
I
last
I saw, it was like minus 180, I think I saw. Is it more than that?
A little bit.
187?
181.
Oh.
Remember, they just won 3 in a row. So They're on a heater. Those are the only 3 games they've won in their last 10.
Ooh.
And they play
The
the
Reds.
Mets in 2 days.
But no, this was. Now that we got it up, we were talking about the Rockies, but I mean, hell, Scotty Scheffler, he's been on a tear. In the month of May, he won 3 out of the 4 tournaments. So the Rockies had as many wins in 28 games that he did in 4 weeks.
Wow.
And he made $18.1 million off those 3 wins.
And their team probably won't make that much money this season. I mean, I don't know, but
No, but yeah, that's bad when a golfer wins more games than you in a month.
wait, what? Who are they paying? If this is true, I'm waiting for it to pop up. This says they're spending $120 million.
Let me look. The Rockies are paying Chris Bryant. Is he even still there?
Yes.
Okay. Ryan McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Freeland. Oh God, I can't.
That's crazy, dude. That's nuts. They're spending
They're paying Chris Bryant $27 million a year for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Oh my God. I kind of want to look at the
They're
Reds.
spending more money than the Reds.
Oh my God.
The Reds are spending
Are
$114 million.
we that surprised though?
$114 million. There's 8 teams that spend less money than the Reds. That's like who? How is that possible? I mean, I guess the Pirates got to be one of them. The Pirates are only spending $90 million. And they're 6th. How does it get worse than that?
You got to feel like where can I find out? Where's this at? I don't care about the new rule. I just want to know. Okay, here we go.
The Marlins are spending $66 million.
The Rays are only spending $89 million, and they're 4 games out of their division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you sit and look at this. Look, how many teams are the Rays the Rays and the Guardians, are probably the only 2 teams that are above 500 that are spending that money. Yep, Nationals are under. I had to look at that. And then Milwaukee's right ahead of us spending. Or no, we're spending more than them.
One of the problems is just half of it's the players that probably haven't played for the Reds in a decade.
I thought we were done with Hunter or King Griffey. But yeah, that's insane.
It says the Reds only have $3 million in dead money.
Who is our expensive player? Nick Martinez? Good God.
Yeah, $21 million. Pretty crazy.
Why? What blackmail stuff does he have on the front office?
Right?
I mean, other than that, I mean, nothing else is too outrageous. Taylor Rogers, $12 million out of the bullpen. He's not been terrible this year.
And they're paying like 2/3 of his salary. Like, what you call it is?
All where he came from?
I'm pretty sure.
That's insane.
Pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty rough.
Where did we? Oh, we're done with? Oh no, we have the American League West. Talk about the Astros and the Mariners out there battling it out. Only half a game difference between those two.
Man, I got a feeling that the Mariners are going to win that battle.
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh, I mean, the big dumper.
American League MVP, I feel.
Man,
him and Judge, I feel like are going to be the two finalists.
Man, he's just killing it. We've said it already. 23 homers, 45 RBIs. 135 total bases. 10 doubles. 70 strikeouts and 37 walks. But he's just been so good. And he even has 6 stolen bases. Like, that's kind of shocking. The catcher getting
Right,
out
for
there
him.
and getting after it. Julio Rodriguez, not being like, not having himself a great year, but he's hitting 244 with 10 homers, just kind of helping him along. Randy Rosarina, if he can raise that average up, then they'll start cooking, because he's hitting 215 and only has 7 homers. Not where they're expecting him. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
J.P. Crawford having himself a nice year though.
Yeah,
280.
he came on at the end of last year.
Hitting 280, and he's a fast guy and a really good shortstop. Nice defender. Jorge Polanco, that guy, he's one of the dudes on the video games that I can't pitch to. He gets me.
Oh.
There's a couple of guys every once in a while, and he is one of them. He's got 10 homers on the season.
Mm-hmm. And then I think that's kind of it. Texas, yeah, they're only 3 games under 500, but I feel like they'll fall off. I don't think they have really the pitching.
Yeah. And then the Mets, they've been fantastic all year long.
I know.
So far,
Their fan base is bringing back the amazing Mets, and don't crown yourselves anything yet, because I feel like the Mets were at this point last year, and then they just fell flat on their face at the end of the season and faltered.
and through 61 games, their pitching has been phenomenal. 3.3 team ERA, just holding everybody down, not letting. I mean, I think they've let up the fewest runs in the league. 202. I see San Francisco is at 210. The Rangers at 206.
Yes, they are the lowest, it looks like.
Yeah, and then Minnesota at 210 as well. So, Kansas City at 208.
Oh my God, Colorado 377. Oh my God, the Athletics are 383. They're worse.
Dude, you can't talk about how good the Phillies are. Like, you
I
can't
know.
stop talking about how good the Phillies are.
Like you
I
said,
mean,
Schwarber is not just home run or strikeout like he had been the last couple of years. He's hitting the ball, getting on base, and producing stuff. Castellanos, he's having himself another great year. Wish Cincinnati would have talked to him.
yeah, if he could get a couple more of these home runs to go, or a couple more of these balls to exit the park, then it'd be looking more like the normal Nick Castellanos. Only got 5 homers so far, but still doing a nice job. 14 doubles. So that, he's not quite getting it over the fence, but he's getting it to the fence quite a few times. hitting 275. And, dude, I mean, Kyle Schwarber, 44 RBIs, and guy is slugging his way to the top of the league, slugging at 571, OPS of 962, and a 2.7 WAR. For a guy who strikes out all the time, I mean, he's just been on fire.
How many Ks does he have this year
so far?
Did you say?
He has struck out 64 times.
Oh, okay, so they're still up there a little bit. But he's better than batting his weight, which he couldn't do forever.
Well, and like his whole career so far, like his best WAR season was last year at 3.5. We're 50 games in and he's at 2.3. And Kyle Schwarber could be a 6 or a 7 WAR outfielder this year. That's insane. So.
And then you got Trey Turner, all he does is just hit the ball. I mean, his home runs are not down, but I mean, he don't hit home runs. He just, out of 73 hits, 7 home runs, 10 doubles, and 2 triples. He just singles you to death.
Yeah, and he's kind of like Ellie in the sense of you let him get on and he can start causing havoc because he is fast.
I feel like Turner's probably leading that, isn't he?
He's got to be close, near the top of the league, because what can't Trey do?
Hit home runs, I guess you could say.
That's true. He is not in the top 5.
Turner's not?
Yeah, but he's close. He is 8. At 16. Luis Roberts has 21, along with PCA. O'Neal Cruz at 20 with Bobby Witt. And then a couple of the Rays, and then Ellie sitting at 7 with Jose and Trey Turner at 8. And that's, dude, Jose,
I wonder if that's counting Ellie's 2 today.
I wonder, yeah. But I love Jose. And that one of the reasons why is because he doesn't look that fast.
No.
He is great at stealing bases, though. And I think he might have been, he just became like the first or the second Indian ever to have like 300 home runs and 300 steals or something.
That is including Ellie's today. Yeah, he's going to rewrite a majority of the records for Cleveland. Jose Ramirez.
I think he's the first guy with 260 homers and 260 stolen bases maybe it's 250 and 250. I don't know. I thought I heard he broke some kind of record earlier this year. Maybe that was someone else. I could be wrong.
All right, so now we're going to go and we're going to talk about the National League West before we jump back up and talk about the Reds division. This is a very tight, and Arizona's kind of fell off the last 10 games, going 3-7. But before that, this was a tight group. They were all within, I think, 5 games of each other, and I feel like both wild cards will probably come out of this division again like it did last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Philly or New York, they could end up going and taking it. Because both of those teams have been great so far this season. I'm trying to pop up the wild card thing. There we go. Yeah, so Philly has the number 1 wild card spot right now, and they're up 4 games. And then number 2 is San Diego, and then number 3 right now, hanging on, is Colorado. Reds 4.5 games back of that, so they get hot and something can happen. But yeah, I doubt that. Highly.
So do we want to go up and talk about the Reds division now?
Oh, real quick, just interesting little tidbit. All 3 of those teams, more specifically San Diego and St. Louis, are killing teams at home. 20-10, San Diego is in San Diego. St. Louis is 19-9 at home. So both teams dominating when they get to play in their own friendly confines. And then the other side,
the Reds are even 15-16 at home, 15-17 away. It doesn't matter whether the Reds play.
Nope, they're just not good. Either place.
Ooh, but now back to the Reds division. Chicago, they're starting to stretch it out a little bit. 8-2 over the last 10 games.
That is true, but also they are in a soft spot of their schedule. Let me just go back and look real quick. I mean, they just played 6 games against the Reds.
And won, what, 4?
Yeah, won 4 of them. Hang on. Scrolling down there. Yeah, so they just played 6 games against the Reds, won 4 of them. They swept the Rockies in between those 2 series. They won 2 out of 3 against the Marlins. They swept Chicago before that, and they won 2 out of 3 against the Marlins. They just got done with their easiest stretch of the season. 3 against the Marlins, 3 against the White Sox, 3 against the Marlins, Reds, Rockies, Reds.
And then looking at it, they go.
And then they get Washington. And then they come out of that, and it's about to get tough for them.
Not here.
Because they play Detroit starting Friday. They get 3 against Detroit, 3 in Philly. And then they got 4 against Pittsburgh. They'll probably take 3 of those. Or 4, I don't know.
I'll say 4.
Then the Brewers, then Seattle, then St. Louis, Houston, Cleveland, St. Louis, Minnesota, New York. That's how they finish the first half of the season. So I guess it is possible that the Reds do get lucky, that the division gets lucky, and they start stumbling considering they're going into one of the tougher stretches of their season.
Just looking at how Chicago finishes. Atlanta, they're home for Atlanta, then they're home for Washington, then they're at Atlanta, home for Tampa. Then they go on the road for a week, at Pittsburgh for 3, at Cincinnati for 4, and then finish off 3 with the Mets and 4 with the St. Louis Cardinals. So that last month can be challenging for him.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I don't think that they're just going to up and completely run away with the division. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they win it somewhat handily, but I would be shocked if it was like 10 or 15 games. I don't think the rest of the division is that bad. I just think the rest of the division is relatively average. Now, like I did, all that being said, they are going into a tough spot in the schedule. And you would think that 102 run differential will start to shrink a little bit, considering they're not playing a bunch of scrub teams anymore. St. Louis also, weren't they supposed to be bad this year? I thought they were supposed to be in the middle of a rebuild.
They were projected to finish. I think they were projected to finish behind the Reds.
And they were supposed to be selling, and well, it's just the Cardinals, man. Somehow, some way, they're up there hanging around, and they don't have any. They don't have good pitching. I mean, they got Sonny Gray, and he's awesome, but outside of that, they don't really have too many. They don't really have high quality arms, and they're just getting by. I mean, they do score a lot, but Lars Nootbaar still over there hitting 250 with 12 or 8 homers. Brendan Donovan, who is a great athlete, and he puts the ball in play, and then he's off to the races. 19 doubles this year, and that's really how they're doing it. I don't know. They might be leading the league in doubles. They got 112 so far this year.
Jesus. I was looking just because you were talking about how you don't think the National League will be won by 10 games. Outside of the COVID year, in 2022, the Cardinals won by 7 over Milwaukee. And then it's been 7 is the closest. I mean, COVID year was 3 because they only played like 40 games. But then 2019, the Cardinals won by 2 over the Brewers. So it's kind of been win by 10 or more outside of those 2 exceptions. But yeah, like you said, St. Louis, let me pull up the league total.
I think they're second. It looks like they're fourth. They're fourth in doubles. Boston with 120, the Diamondbacks with 117, the Cubs with 115, and then the Cardinals at 112, and shocking enough, the Reds at fifth with 107 doubles. I wouldn't have guessed that in about 700 years. But we have more doubles. We have as many doubles as the Yankees.
Well, that's all Trevino hits, and he had 2 today.
Get him up to 14 on the year, so that's a good part of it.
I'm just looking at.
But that's a big problem. That's where the Reds are really struggling. Ranking. Hang on, where'd it go? Oh, I mean,
The Reds have hit 7 triples this year, and none of them are by De La Cruz.
They're kind of there in the middle of the pack. Yeah,
I was just looking at
Hayes has got 2 or 3 of them,
Okay.
at least. Kind of the middle of the pack when it comes to homers, hitting 64. That ranks 12th in the league.
I looked at that.
It doesn't make sense because none of the offensive numbers are that bad. None of them are.
Well, I mean, you go back and look. I mean, how many of those
games? Man.
I mean, the 15 and the 20 to whatever games we had. How many home runs did we hit in those games? I mean, you take those out, we probably fall out of the top half. We're 10th in hits total in MLB, 513. Boston has 565. Oh, here we go. Strikeouts. Who has struck out the most?
The
Colorado,
Rockies.
599. But the Reds are right there. Top 5, 560.
Wow. Well, so is Detroit, so I guess that makes me feel a little better.
Stolen bases. Really? Tampa Bay with 84. Good Lord.
The Brewers with 82?
That's insane.
I'm not shocked about Chicago. Well, look, the entire National League Central is right there.
Yeah, you got the damn.
Wherever the
Brewers,
Cardinals
Cubs.
are.
Yeah, well.
Cardinals down to 22. They don't run. Wow.
That's insane.
And also, the thing, the 20 caught stealing, that just shows you how dumb the Reds are. I mean, it's just brain dead base running. Brain dead base running.
Mm-hmm.
You get caught stealing 20 times.
Well, who got caught the most? Oh, Kansas City.
And the Reds at number 2.
Yeah.
That's just stupid. And Milwaukee, they've been caught 19 times. Oh yeah, but they're second in the league in steals. It's been a rough year so far for our Redlegs. And with that being said, I guess are we finally ready to talk about this game today and how things have been going?
I don't have to talk about the game. Hell, we were there and we saw what happened. I don't have anything to say about it. We bitched about it on the way home.
Well, we gotta at least talk a little bit about it.
And I mean, like all this said, yes, it's been horrible for the Reds this year, but we're still only 3 games under 500. And I gotta keep reminding myself of that, though. At least, I guess that's one thing that I can. Oh, damn, I can't even hang my hat on that. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, I was just reading the headline here. This stings so bad. Reds lose 12th straight series to the Brewers. Like, come on.
Really?
Come on. Yeah.
Good God. You keep talking. I'm going to go back and look and see when the last time we won a series against them.
I mean, we play 4 of them a year against them. So 2022, right? I think.
Oh, like you said, I'll look.
It's been so rough because like one game it feels like maybe they're ready to turn the corner, and everything's about to take off and things are gonna get better, and then the next game you just get hit in the face. And it was like 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row, something like that. The Reds scored 6 runs or more, and it felt like, hey, the offense is finally getting it together. Things are, the Reds are going on a little bit of a run, and then
they got to play Milwaukee,
and they lose. Well, you just played the division. Can't beat anyone in the division. Can't beat Milwaukee. Can't beat Pittsburgh. We went to Pittsburgh and lost 2 out of 3 to them, or lost 3 out of 4, whatever, to them. I'm kind of at a loss for words. This has been so rough this year. I mean, outside of TJ Friedl, who's been amazing, Ellie is always great. I mean, he did try to give up the game last night, but he is always awesome. But like, you look, and Ellie and TJ Friedl have a 1.7, 1.4, respectively, wins above replacement. And then you look at the next 3 Reds hitters to qualify, -4, -4, -1. It's just not good. I can't, I'm losing my mind every time, Matt McLain gets ran out there. We got to figure something out. He needs to be sent down, or something has to happen, because most of these at-bats are so ugly. Disgusting, make me want to vomit, bad. He's just up there swinging at stuff that's at his ankles and staring at stuff that's coming right through the right down Broadway. And I don't know, dude. And something that I don't understand about this fan base is the fact that people want to, and at this point, it's kind of starting to get to the end of the leash, maybe. But people have been giving him 50 games to be to try and let him get things going, and it's I don't see where people act. Reds fans act like Matt McLain. A lot of them do. Matt McLain's been in the league for 10 years, and he's a 7-time All-Star. When he's only actually been good for 80 games, and outside of that, he's been really atrocious. And I get it, he's coming back from an injury. But at what point are we done with that excuse? 53 games into the season, and he's got 189 plate appearances, 33 hits. It's been bad. Struck out 66 times. He's got twice as many strikeouts as he does hits.
All right, so...
And he hasn't walked. Maybe something changed since yesterday. I mean, I watch pretty much every game, so I don't think I missed it. Yeah, he hasn't walked in 16 or 17 games. At some point, they're going to walk you on accident.
Oh, it's like the whole Reds, just talking about today's game. How many times did they swing at the first pitch and it was an out?
A lot.
Yeah. All right, so the last time the Reds won a series against Milwaukee was August 5th, 6th, and 7th of 22.
I said
that was in Milwaukee.
I said it was 2022.
You want to know the last time the Reds won a series against Milwaukee in Cincinnati?
I'm going to say 2018.
It was the 4th of July weekend of 2019.
Oh,
they swept they took 3 out of 4.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
That's not pretty bad. That's fucking horrible.
Sadly, there's nothing that anyone can do to get the Castellinis to help us out and sell this team.
We could stop showing up. People just stop showing up.
But that won't even do anything.
You're right. It won't.
I don't think it will. I mean, we're 2 or 3 weeks out from. We thought we were turning things around with the Cleveland series. They sweep Cleveland, and then you got a chance to take care of business against the Pirates, and
yeah, won what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, looking hot, and then just
since then
shit the bed.
Since then, what? 4 and
1,
what?
2,
7?
3,
4 and 5 and 8.
4, 5, 9, 5 and 9.
And like when you look at the stretch of the last 19 games, I think the Reds have won 10 of them. So it's like you're hanging around and you're in there, but just barely.
I mean, you got to sit and look. I mean, it's something that at the end of games or at the end of the season, what I go back and look about is you can change those 1-run games. If you could flip the 1-run games or win half of them that you lost, how much better would you be? And if you look at the Reds, they lost 1 run against Milwaukee. They lost 1 run against Kansas City. That could have been a sweep against Kansas City. Mm-hmm. They lost 1-0 to Pittsburgh, 3-2 to Pittsburgh, 4-3 to the White Sox, 3-2 to Houston, 2-1 in extras against Atlanta, 3-1 or 3-2 to Washington. If the Reds win.
The Reds are 5 and 10 in 1-run games this season.
Okay, so they win. I'll say you win 4 or 3. You're at 500, and who knows? You might not in the wild card, but you're a lot closer than. Come on, standings. You're a lot closer than 4.5 out. You win 3 more games. You're right there at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's, baseball comes down. It's almost like the coach in that football movie said. It's a game of inches, and they're all around us. Reds can't get any of them.
Yeah, it's sad and it's pathetic. And
my biggest fear.
I was about to say I think it's time to move on to the finals, but.
Yeah, just about. I was going to say my biggest fear about this season is that come trade deadline, the Reds are going to trade TJ Friedl. I am terrified about that because
they probably will, because that's what they do. They trade away
30?
the hot bat.
He's 30 and he's got like 1 more year of control. I'm just terrified because Ellie's our best player,
and it's good. Well,
he's my favorite player.
Right, and Ellie, Ellie,
He's 29.
29, so he's. Good God, I'm older than Friedl too.
We got a year, like 1 or 2 more years of control. I just feel like I feel like they're gonna just try and move on from him. And shoot, him and Ellie, the only 2 players playing well. So like, you trade him, and the Reds might get the number 1 overall pick. Then they'll pick a hitter that we won't see until after Ellie leaves. I'm not trying to be too pessimistic today, but it's hard to be optimistic when.
And it's like
how bad the last couple weeks.
We know how the Reds go. They don't make move at the deadline. The moves they make are head scratchers, and they don't really come out to help you or help the Reds out in the long run. So it's like, at one point, I mean, we're not going to be able to afford to keep Ellie. Not when fucking Fort Knox is in L.A. or New York and they can print their own damn money.
I mean, like, I don't 100% know about that because they did pay, what's his name, $225? I think they paid Votto $225. That was 10.
That was
11
10
years ago. So
okay, yeah.
So like I could see him doing it, but I mean, like the Reds have never paid anyone more. The Castellini specifically have never paid anyone more than what they bought the team for, which was like $270. And So I don't know if they're willing to go over that, especially when, like, I don't know if I said this on the show or if I said it while we were talking before the show, that Nick Kroll said we're trying to get rid of the peaks and the valleys. And I get that he didn't mean to say it like that. That I think he meant to say that they wanted to get rid of the valleys, but he also did say they want to get rid of the peaks. And one way to get rid of the peaks is by not keeping any of your good players. And so I could also see it being a strategy to just let Ellie go. I mean, I hope not. It's going to be a real sad day in Cincinnati when that happens. I don't know if they'll ever be able to sell another ticket again, but like
$270 million in 2006.
Yeah.
That's what the Castellinis bought for.
Yeah, and Votto got got 225.
$251. Votto got 12 years, $251.
Oh, okay.
I googled the biggest contracts the Reds have had since 2006.
And then
you want to take a guess of what the second biggest contract that they've had?
Is it Hunter Green?
It's Hunter Green's.
It's
$53
like 60?
million.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It drops $200 million. I'll just say $200 million drops from your biggest contract with Votto to down to Hunter Green, who we just signed for 6 years. Was it last year? I think it was last year before the season
Recent,
started.
that's for sure. Yeah, looks like this might just be another disappointing season in Cincinnati. Especially, I want to preface this by saying I'm not, not trying to blame him, not trying to say he shouldn't be taking the time he's about to take off. But with Ellie's sister passing away, sadly, over the weekend, and he said he's leaving town today to go and be with his family for, we don't really know how long. Bereavement time is normally somewhere between,
I think it's 3 to 7.
3 to 7 days, yeah. So, but like the Reds could very well be 10 games under 500 and the season be over by the time he comes back. So I don't know. Half of me is kind of like, you know what, bro? Just take the rest of the year off. Just stay healthy. Don't, the worst thing that really could happen to the Reds is Ellie tears Achilles or something in September when they're 20 games under 500 and 1,000 games out of a playoff spot. Frickin' for him to get hurt, and then that toast all of next year. It's all gone. Mm-hmm. So that would really. I'm almost to that point. Especially what's gonna put butts in the seats next year if Ellie's hurt.
Better have a lot more good bobblehead nights, and like you said before the show, once a month Pete Rose night, because that's the only time. That and opening day is the only time that the Reds sell out.
And I guess you could probably say that that's not 100% true, but because I did look at it earlier, and opening day was 43,000, kids opening day was 40, and I'll call 40 a sellout. It's not really, but it's close enough to me. Then there's April 18th. Oh no, that was in Baltimore. So there was 2, 3, but that one was Pete Rose night. 4. Yep, there's 40,000 there against the Cubs on Wednesday or on Saturday.
42,271.
And then so the Cubs game is the only non-opening day. A couple Saturdays ago is the only non-opening day game that the Reds sold out.
They didn't even have half of that there today. They said, just over half, I think. 21,000 something.
21,775.
Oh, never mind. You got the numbers.
Yep.
So that's just a little bit over half.
Just not good enough. So, all right, I guess we're just about to that point where we talk about the next week. And optimism has not been working for me. I'm going to go 0-7. 6. We only have 6 games between now and then. We don't play tomorrow. So I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna say there's no optimism. We're gonna go 0-7, and maybe I can get lucky and we'll come in and we'll be on a 7-game win streak.
I'll go 500 to 3-3, hoping that's my optimistic. It's 3-3. Just get through 500 in a week that Ellie's gone.
You know, I think the only way that happens is if Tito's just got Cleveland's number.
He did earlier.
Yeah, but he'd have to do it again, and it's hard to beat up on J-Ram, man. They don't lose a lot of games consistently, and he's a big reason why. J-Ram just does everything for them. And Steve Kwan helps out. I mean, you know, It's really, I hate Cleveland so much. It's so frustrating that they're good at baseball. Like, why can't you be like everyone else up in Cleveland and just suck? It's probably Tito. You know, that's a big reason for it. But
all right, so we're gonna preview the NBA Finals now. We on to that for the last segment of the show?
I guess, yeah. I mean, what else is there to do?
Well, we got the Pacers and the Thunder. The Thunder, this is their first championship since they've only been in one, I think. That was with KD and Westbrook, I believe, right?
Yes.
And that was 2012, I believe. I don't think that was graduated.
2012, 2013, one of those two. The season series, both of them went to the Thunder. First one was
2012.
Back in 2024, the day after Christmas. Thunder won 120-114 in that one. And then in the second outing, it was 132-111 over the Pacers.
25 years since the Pacers have made the playoffs.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in that first game right after Christmas went absolutely berserk with 45 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Jay Will had 20 points, 5 rebounds, and you know, when your number one guy or when your top two guys combine for 65, no one else really has to have an outstanding night. And Hartenstein and Lou Dort combined for 24 and 20 rebounds. No one else scored in double figures, but you know, they were able to get out of Indiana with the win. And then in the second matchup, once again, like I said, the Thunder won that one 132-111. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also had another really good night, 33, 8, 7 and 8. Very similar stat line. And just made a few less buckets. Lou Dort, and that one was the second fiddle, 22 points, 5 rebounds. Jay Will came in, added 18 and 6. But this one was way more of a overall team performance. Kason Wallace, 14 points off the bench. Isaiah Joe, 19 and 5. And is that Kenrich Williams? Kenrich Williams. Okay, yeah, Kenrich Williams with 12, or was it 10? I'm sorry, my screen changed. 10, 8, and 5. So they really, and they used, both teams in these games used, you know, a lot of their depth. That second Pacers game, really no Pacer really went off. They were able to do a really nice job holding Halliburton down, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. It was a real team effort. They spread it around. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pacers in double figures. Siakam, Turner, both with 11, 9 and 5 rebounds each, respectively. Nembhard, 16 and 5, and 7 assists. Walker had 10, Shepard had 10, and Obi Toppin, the UD product, had 10 in that one. Gonna go and take a look back at the first outing, see what the Pacers players did in that one. Siakam had himself a night, 22 and 10 rebounds. Nembhard also 23, 9 and 7. So looks like Siakam and Nebhard have really kind of been the most successful Pacers in the 2 games that they played against each other. And this is when I'm pulling so hard for the Pacers. But I kind of feel like it's 4-2. And that's if they're lucky. 4-2 Thunder. I want the Pacers to win really badly. But it just feels like this Thunder team is really good. They're really deep. And I think they just got a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Jim before, or last night and all that before. And it's like, yeah, the Pacers, they used their bench good this playoff run against Milwaukee and against Cleveland and all that. But, I mean, you read the stats from the starting 5 or not even the starting 5. I think you just went down to Holmgren. I mean, when you can get, 70 points from 3 of your starting 5, you don't have to go to your bench. So that's the thing. I mean, Indiana is going to have to. They're going to have to limit what SGA can do because they're not going to shut him down. But I mean, you're going to have to try to. You're going to have to try to stop one of the other 2, either Jalen Williams or Chet Holmgren.
Well, they do have the guys to be able to throw at SGA to bother him. You know, when you talk about Nebhard and Neesmith, those are 2 of the best perimeter defenders in the league. And I think they both. I think he's got a little bit of size, like height on both of them, but I think they are both like bigger, like stronger than him. So he won't be able to push him around or anything. They're gonna have to do a really good job of playing without fouling though, because that's what he does. He gets to the line. I think he averaged the most free throws in the game this season. And then, like you said, Jay Will gives him 20. That's 50 between the 2 of them. And then you get
17 from Holmgren.
16 and a half. But
okay. Well,
but so you're getting 65 points out of your top 3. Now outside of that, they kind of start to trail off. So maybe
if you can get one of them in foul trouble,
or I was gonna say maybe the whole game plan for Indiana is just shut off everything else.
Yeah, I mean, if you give up 70 points to those 3,
give up 100 points to those 3.
Those 3 aren't going to beat you.
Yeah, if you shut everything else off, hold the rest of the team to. I know it's really hard. I know it's really hard to hold the rest of an NBA team to 15 or 20 points, but if you can do that, you put yourself in a great position to have a chance to win. And so we'll.
Now, see, in the New York series, Halliburton. They won 2 games where he didn't get over 20 points. I don't think the Pacers can win a game without him having 20 points and 10, at least I'll say 12 assists in games that they win.
I think they can, but it's all going to come down to guys like Neesmith and Nebhard and Mathurin. Those guys and T.J. McConnell's their ability to make life a living hell for Williams and Shea and
then the Holmgren or
Lou Dort.
Siakam and Turner are going to have to play without fouling Holmgren because those 2 got in some foul trouble playing against Cat. And I mean, granted, you can have Obi come off the bench, and he gave Cat some fits, but I mean, it's just because Turner can rack up fouls quickly. I mean, he had 3 in 1 quarter. It's like, oof.
Yeah, they do still have Thomas Bryant too, who's been a nice piece for them, kind of an extra body when they have gotten into foul trouble and maybe needed the defensive presence. He's been good for them so far. Let's see. OKC spread for game 1 is 9.5. That's a pretty big number.
It is. I'm surprised it's not closer than that.
You know, and when you look at the ESPN matchup predictor, they're favored 65-34. So, yeah, it just feels. I really hope that Indy is able to do this, but it just feels like OKC. It kind of feels like I've had the wrong read most of the season about OKC because I didn't think that they were ready, and it seems as though maybe they are. And so Oklahoma City might get their first title. And shoot, whoever wins gets their first title, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Yeah, I was looking at ESPN people who had they're all going Thunder in 6, Thunder in 5. One Pacers in 7. Go Chris Canty. I don't know who the hell you are, but Thunder in 5, Thunder in 6, Thunder in 5, Thunder in 6. If the Pacers win, I feel like it'll be 7 for the Pacers to win. If not, it'll probably be Thunder in 6. I mean, it just depends. I mean, if we can come out and if we can steal one of the first 2 games in OKC, I'd feel a little bit more confident. If we can win both like we did against New York, I'll raise a banner in here next week already. I'll crown it now. But
better make the order in with Jeff.
Oh, I forgot he can do that.
I forgot he doesn't work there anymore.
Damn it, Jeff. You still got your keys. We'll sneak in. But no, yeah. So I mean, I'm rooting for Indiana because, like I said, I grew up in Indiana. I watched the end of Reggie Miller's career. I'm hoping for Indiana. Hopefully that we can keep shocking the world, and hopefully our defense stays the way it has. Because I mean, Indiana, they didn't really play defense in the regular season, but they sure learned how to in this playoffs. So I'll go Pacers in 7.
I wish I could make that pick. It just doesn't feel like it's going to go that way. I'll be very happy to be wrong, though. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be nice to the Pacers. I'm going to go Thunder in 6. But it really could be an ugly one.
As long as it's not ugly and we don't get swept, I think I'll be fine. Just don't get swept. No brooms, because then it means you lose your 2 at home. I don't want to do that. Ooh. That kind of does it for anything. Is there anything else you had to talk about?
Oh, can I make one plea to the Cincinnati Reds?
You want full screen?
I guess.
All right.
The LSU Shreveport baseball team.
Okay.
Just went 59-0. Won the NAIA World Series. Was 30-0 in conference. Won 8 games by 15 or more runs, had a team batting average of 361, a team ERA of 238. The opponents batted 192 against them, and it's the longest winning streak in college baseball history. Can we draft every player on that team? All of them? I would even want the bat boy. And the manager. We'll take them all.
Yeah, Tito needs some help.
Yeah. Can we have them all? I'm just about serious.
There's one thing that I guess we can talk about that you sent me over the weekend.
Oh, boy.
And this is coming from the College World Series. Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is wild.
From the plate, and it gets through the catcher, Mason Strong, who gets buried by Anzaneros. We're going to get another look at it. Was there malicious contact?
Contact was malicious, resulting in an out and an ejection of number 77.
Arrows is called out, and he's also thrown out of the game. The runner who tagged and went to second has to go back to first base. And with the ejection, Arrows is not available for their game tomorrow.
All right, so let's get your thoughts.
I heard someone last night, maybe? I heard someone actually read the rule or whatever, and technically, they made the right call. Technically, I think it was John Boy. I think I saw the John Boy breakdown of it. Technically, it's the right call, but that's complete garbage. I hate that. Maybe I'm a 1,000-year-old man, and I want old baseball, but I don't understand that. The catcher didn't catch the ball. He's standing he was painted.
Blocking the plate.
Painted over the plate.
And like you said, doesn't have the ball.
He missed it by a mile. So I don't understand how it's not obstruction, and they ended up saying that what's the rule called? What's the rule called when he runs into him?
Oh, the malicious contact or whatever?
No. There's
Oh, I don't know the
the
exact
rule that says that you can't run into that you have to try and avoid the pitcher now.
Oh. Well, that only applies, I think, as long as the catcher gives up part of the plate. The catcher never gave up part of the plate. And the only reason...
And also, when you read...
can kind of see here...
When you read the rule book, because like I said, I'm pretty sure it's John Boy who did it, and he actually read the rule. Mm-hmm. It says malicious, but then it clarifies. It's not like he has to be trying to hurt the guy.
Right.
But
This
he
is
has
not
to make
malicious.
an attempt to not hit him.
No, look at the dumbass catcher. Back it up a little bit more. A, blocking the plate. That's already obstruction. Doesn't have the ball, but here, I'm still going to go down and put myself without my mask on, and he leans down into him. The pitcher, or the runner, is trying to avoid contact because the catcher was up here originally. Mm-hmm. He's trying to avoid contact. I do not know. That is just a baseball play that I did not agree with.
Well, and also when the sliding rule, this is interesting because they also said this in the John Boy video, that it says that it is not a legal slide unless they have 1 foot and buttocks on the ground. So technically, the head first slide is illegal in college baseball, at least.
And then there's one more that I want to show you.
I think it's called the collision rule. I think that's what they call it.
Well, I guess that's not a rule. But let me...
Yeah, okay, so, and also the worst part of that whole rule is the fact that he's ejected and he can't play the next day.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about
That's
ejections
really
for
dumb.
college sports is you are, well, I guess in baseball's case, it is the whole game, but it's like in football you're ejected for the next half after whatever game. It's stupid. I mean, if it was like helmet to helmet hits, yeah, I mean, eject him for the rest of the game, but you don't have to penalize him for the next half.
Unless it actually is
right,
malicious.
right.
And they actually are trying to hurt somebody.
And then one other thing, let me see if I can find it.
Okay, so the statement from the NCAA that they made about this Oregon thing. It says, please find below a statement from the NCAA regarding the play at home plate in the 8th inning in Friday's May 30th Eugene regional game between Oregon and Utah Valley, resulting in the ejection of Oregon's Anson Azor. Number one, why the play was not deemed obstruction by the catcher since he did not have the ball in his possession. This would have been obstruction by the catcher if had there not been a violation of the collision rule 8-7, what did Azor do during the play that could be considered malicious? The 8-7 rule in the baseball rules book refers to flagrant or malicious contact. That does not mean that the contact was intentional or that the base runner was trying to injure the catcher. Actions listed on page 91 in the note to the rule indicate that if the base runner does not make a legal slide, buttocks and leg on the ground before contact is made, or make motion to show an effort to avoid collision trying to reach the plate, the rule should be enforced. What appeals opportunities exist in this situation? Play was carefully reviewed, and there was not an appeal process, and there is not an appeals process for the judgment involved to apply this rule. So it's just up to the ump's judgment, and he could be completely wrong, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I feel like the ump was completely wrong.
And so it seems kind of messed up that like it's all on him, even though like I don't know. I don't like it at all because, like I said, he gets ejected for the next game. I don't understand. So is he like supposed to stop and run out of the baseline? But if he runs out of the baseline, then he's out. So what is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to jump over him? Is that even legal?
Jumping is, yes.
You can jump over the catcher? Mm-hmm. So I guess he should have tried to hurdle him. But then they call him malicious because he accidentally kicks him in the face, and the guy loses his career because he got a stud in the eye from them bleeping him. I don't like it. It was bad.
And just in case people were wondering, they lost that game 6-5. It would have been tied at 6. They ended up losing their next game against Cal Poly and got out of the playoffs because this is insane. Go away, YouTube. Turn the volume all the way up on this.
Hang on. Something's going on with Cox's eye. She reacted immediately. Maybe some dirt coming off the ball.
That's so wild. You can see you don't actually see in the video, but that dirt came off the pitcher's cleat. Tried to knock out her catcher's eye.
You're right, take her out in the first inning.
Oh, I didn't notice that was the first inning.
It was the first inning. But, well, is that going to do it for this week's episode?
I think it does.
All right.
So go ahead and like the show on all the different social media platforms. Go ahead and give it a share for us, and we'll see you guys next week for some finals talk, and probably we'll be sad about the Reds, and I don't know. We'll figure out what else we're talking about. But that's it for this week's episode of Play by Play. We'll see you guys later.